Hey guys, welcome to another video. So today we'll be taking a look at Guild Boss. So with Zilla 2 and Dolores banner that just ended last weekend, it is right about time to actually take a look at Guild Boss as well. So I was recording another video showing Dolores earlier, and that's why I've already done one run of the Nightmare 4 boss. But just wanna show you guys, I think this is really pretty much well known. Like everyone knows the strategy, but I just thought to show my run, and hopefully if you guys have any questions, you can leave it down below, and then I can try to address them to see how we can better fine-tune your Guild Boss lineup. And why is Guild Boss so important? I think that's probably what we need to talk about first. You can see this reward chest at the side. So if you're new to the game, this reward chest is basically claimable every day, and you should be getting the best tiered chest as much as you can. And in the case where your guild actually manages to defeat the dragon together, the rewards will actually be doubled. It means you get two of the same chests. You got 2 times the chance to actually get better rewards. And if possible, you should also try to attack 2 different Guild Boss levels, so that you get 4 times 2 chests, 8 different chests at one go. Sorry, it's actually 2 times 2, so 8 different chances to actually get the good items. So good items, what are they? Obviously the legendary crystals, ancients, it's debatable whether they're good. Soul stones, these are super rare. I've not seen anyone in my guild so far that's gotten this. And then we also have the legendary skill crystals, which are really hard to come by. And I think everything else is pretty meh. I think epic soul stones are pretty rare to come by, so you either get them from the type boss or you get them from the guild boss as well. So the rest of the rewards, I don't really want to talk about them. Not that great, and yeah. So that's for the top tier rewards. I mean, at the bottom you can see that the legendary soulstone is gone here. And yeah, I think besides that, yeah, the rewards just get worse and worse with time. And then you can see that at 50,000 dragon blood, things don't really change. The good loots are still here, but they do add in another bunch of crap which, nobody really wants, and when people get it, they get really furious because, seriously, 5 legendary awakening tokens from the guild boss, that's such a joke, to be honest. But yeah, that's why people actually grind for the guild boss in the end game, because the soul stones are going to be what pushes you to the next stage of the game, especially when it comes to awakening your lords. So one particular lord that comes to mind is actually Twin Fiend. So Twin Fiend is actually not as good as Pyros until he actually gets his first awakening, because he actually inflicts the units with magic and physical damage vulnerability. So this is similar to what Toradol has, but he does it for both magic and physical damage. So yeah, that's where the soul stones actually come in really handy. And guild boss wise, I think most of the strategies are pretty much similar. You have the Infernal lineups along with the Piercer lineups, and then there's also the, where was it? Let's look for it. Yep. So the Infernal with Nightmare lineup, which is what I have at the moment. Of course, these are the wheels, so their lineup is pretty much perfect, but you guys get the idea. And yeah, I think besides that, not really much to talk about. You basically, throughout the whole guild boss, he does his standard set of attacks, a raw, a meteoroid, and then his shields gets up. And then you have to break the shield, if not, he unleashes a devastating attack that actually pretty much guarantees to wipe out your units. So that's pretty much the gist of it, and this is what the endgame lineups look like. Of course, if you're at the starting part of the game, you can see that lineups are more random. You can see people just popping everything that they have, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with this, okay? There's nothing wrong with just plopping down whatever you want here. It is okay to do so. but you guys get the idea. This is how it goes most of the time. And let's just have a look at our Nightmare 4 lineup real quick and see how we actually do our placement. So this is gonna go really quick, but you can see that I placed Dolores down, followed by Valeria, because Dolores actually has the Invigoration set. So in the end game, most units are gonna have Invigoration stats, the support units. So specifically your healers and Dolores, those are gonna get Invigoration sets, and you're gonna use them to boost your damage dealing units. And then you can see exactly what I just did there. I actually sold Toreador. So what you can actually do is that you can actually place down 4 of your Nightmare units, and even though when you place them down, you remove one of them, you still get the max 35% attack speed bonus, which I actually got here. So that's a trick that a lot of people use because most of the time you can only put 4 ground units. The reason being that Dolores can only cover 3. So that means that the Nightmare units, you probably only need 3 of them on the ground because most of them are fighters. And the last one, you can just remove them and, you know, actually use, just make use of that 35% attack speed bonus. And then we just plot down the other units, and then the next thing to really note for is to time your ultimates with Dolores to try to break the shields. So there we have it. First shield down. This is one of the more straightforward ones. And yeah, it just pretty much rinse and repeats. You're just gonna heal up. Units are gonna survive, and they're just gonna wait to break the next shield, which will come out after this Meteoric Impact Strike. And you can see that I popped my ultimate slightly earlier there so that, you know, it comes up in time for the next shield. That takes place about 1 minute 30 seconds in. So the dragon gets progressively stronger, and then it gets way harder to actually break his shield along the way. And over here in the last one, if I actually mistime it, I don't actually get to break the shield. So you can see that I'm just gonna barely scrape by. There we go. So that's pretty much it. 3 shields are down, and then now you just dish out as much damage as you can. And I'm just gonna quit the run here because I need to inflict 2 different attacks. One on Nightmare 4 and one on Nightmare 3. But you guys get the idea of how this actually works. And you can see that my Nightmare units are actually the MVP pretty much here, with Silas, Nocturne and Saturn following closely behind. So that's my strategy for Nightmare. I mean, if you have Araka, that's a very different case. So the difference with Araka is that you can just take a look at her here. Where is it? Here, a lot bonus. So every 1 tile away from the target, which is the Guild Boss Dragon, you increase the allies, the Marksman, the Piercer faction units damage by 5%. And that goes up all the way to 50%. So this is where Araka really shines when combined with Silas, Calypso, and Hex as well. So of course, this is the top guy in the entire server. So of course he has Araka at A2, but if you have an Araka at A0, that's completely fine as well. You can still use him as part of this lineup that we're looking at here. So yeah, I think pretty much you're gonna see the 3 same set of factions, either Piercer, Infernal, or Nightmare. But Infernal is always gonna be a part of it, because if we look at the damage dealt here, you can see that the Infernal units are normally the top 3 or top 5. And you can see here, yep, you see Zilitu, Hex, and Cetrum always in the top 5. Same thing here as well. So yeah, I think you guys get the idea of where we're coming from for Guild Boss now. So that's it for the video, guys. I don't really have much to talk about that people haven't already said, but I just thought to showcase my run because I recently got the 20,000 Dragon Blood. And hopefully that was helpful for you guys, and hopefully the tips worked. And if you have any questions, just feel free to leave it down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.